Hi, I'm Dr. Felice Gersh, your integrative OBGYN physician. And it's 2026. Happy New Year. Well, we're into the new year, and I had a lovely holiday season. I hope you did as well. And now it's down to work to get and stay healthy. Well, if you are like many other Americans, or wherever you are in the world, you likely made some New Year's resolutions. They are hard to keep. They're easy to make and hard to keep. So, what I want to talk to you about is making micro resolutions, little steps that ultimately can have very big results. Sometimes the best way to start your journey is with little steps, not giant leaps, because sometimes you leap off the cliff, and that's not a good thing. So we want to have you see where you're going and ultimately get to your destination of health, whatever that may be. So I want to talk to you about what is the advantage first of taking little steps. Well, if you, like many, make very big resolutions that you don't keep, guess how you feel? Like a failure. Well, who wants to feel like a failure? Then you just throw your hands up and say, I give up, and go back and stay with your maybe poor health habits. We don't want that. We want 2026 to be a year of wonderful happiness and health. So maybe instead of saying, I am going to go to the gym every day or 5 days a week, I'm going to spend an hour there, maybe instead you say something like, I'm going to take a 10-minute walk every day after lunch. If it's raining, I'll just walk around the building on the inside, okay? And maybe after you do your 10-minute after lunch walk, you'll graduate to adding another 5 minutes. And then maybe you'll add a 10 or 15-minute walk after dinner. And maybe then you'll walk more briskly. And maybe then you're going to start feeling better. You'll add it earlier in the day, maybe after breakfast, or if you get a break during the day for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you walk then. Maybe then you'll get a trainer, and then you'll go to the gym and you'll start a more rigorous workout. But don't start above your pay grade, okay? Don't try to be more ambitious than reality will allow you to be. It's okay to take little steps. Well, what if your big resolution is you are going to change everything about your sleep habits, okay? You're going to go to bed early. You're going to stop watching television 2 hours before you go to bed. You're going to be perfect. Well, maybe that's a great resolution, and maybe it's not going to happen, at least not yet. So maybe you take a little step, like a baby bite, and maybe you say, you know what? I'm going to stop watching television 10 minutes earlier. Okay? Maybe you say, I don't want all that screen time right before I go to bed. So another one of your resolutions is you're going to read more books. Maybe there are all these novels that you really want to read and you don't do it. You can have a house of books or a very well cared for, underutilized library card. Whatever it is, you're not reading those books. So maybe you turn off the television for 15 minutes, or you turn off the computer screen for 15 minutes before you go to bed, and for 15 minutes, you start reading the book that you've always wanted to read. That was recommended, got a great review, and you read for 15 minutes before you go to bed. And then you go to bed. So you set a time, and it has to be, assuming you get up, say, like between 6 and 7 in the morning. You have to change if you're going to go to bed and get up at a different time because of you have to be an early riser. You have to get up for work at 5 a.m. would make changes. But you have to go to bed no later than 11 p.m. So you set something reasonable. Now, maybe I would prefer you to go to bed by 10 o'clock or maybe 10:30 p.m., but we'll be reasonable. We'll say 11. And you turn off the screens for 15 minutes. Maybe it's best if you didn't watch them for at least an hour, but we'll say 15 minutes. and you read the book that you've always wanted to read for just 15 minutes, okay? And then maybe you'll get at least 7 hours of sleep. You don't need more than 9. Maybe 7 will do it for you. But you never get less than 7 hours. You never go to bed later than 11. That's reasonable. And then maybe you can throw in a little less screen time and a little bit more reading time. Wow, that's a lot of little bite resolutions that you can take realistically and successfully. What about you want to lose weight? How many times have you heard that resolution? Well, one way to lose weight, which isn't too painful, not too hard, is to eat dinner earlier and stop eating right after dinner and have at least 3 hours with no food intake, no calories. Now, if you want to, you can still drink herbal tea, okay, not caffeinated, just herbal tea if you want to. Try not to drink within 2 hours of going to bed because you probably will have to go to the bathroom and we don't want to disturb our sleep. But what if the only weight loss resolution you make on your path to getting to the optimal weight is to eat an early dinner and not eat any food, no calories, for no less than 3 hours before you go to bed? Just doing that has been shown to help with weight loss. Now you're adding in the walking, the 10-minute walk after lunch, maybe add up to 15, then after dinner, if you like, hold steady and keep to the, to taking little extra mini bites of resolutions. Maybe you do that in 6 months, whatever. We're not putting pressure on you, but maybe if you do that, not only will you lose weight, you will feel better, you'll want to exercise more, and there's also data that walking after a meal helps lower your glucose and thereby lowering your insulin, and insulin promotes weight gain, fat production, and fat storage. So look at these little bitty microbites of resolutions. Look how they can add up over time. Now, you want to be healthy. You want to eat more vegetables. Okay, here's a solution. Here's a microbite of a resolution. You eat a salad with dinner or lunch every day. How hard is that to make? You can go to any quality grocery store and buy pre-washed organic greens of all different types. You can buy arugula, you can buy romaine, you can buy spring mix, all kinds of different greens. And how hard is it to cut up a little Persian cucumber? You don't even have to peel it. Get little cherry tomatoes or the little grape tomatoes, just throw them in. You can throw in any kind of vegetable you like. Very easy. You can quickly cut up a bell pepper. You can cut in some cauliflower. You can throw in any other vegetable that's left over. Just throw it in. Then, how hard is it to open up, say, a can of garbanzo beans and throw that in? We're talking about prep time of 5 minutes. And then if you like, get either some nice vinegar, some kind of vinegar you like, whether it's balsamic or otherwise, a good quality olive oil. If you like I love it, you can throw in some walnuts or some sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds. You can throw in some pine nuts. That adds another 10 seconds to the process. And sit down and slowly eat your lovely, healthy salad. You're getting fiber, you're getting micronutrients, you're getting macronutrients, you're getting vitamins, you're getting minerals. And over time, it'll become a healthy habit that you won't want to leave out of your life. It'll be good for regulation of your gut. You'll have better bowel movements. You'll feel better. You'll be healthier. So what are we going to do now? Well, what about stress? Say you're going to take a class in transcendental meditation. I am totally pro transcendental meditation. You're supposed to do it 20 minutes twice a day. And you got to go through a whole long course to learn how to do it. I am totally for it, but what if that's too big of a bite? You need a micro bite of a resolution. So I'm going to teach you some breath work. Do this, start with once a day, okay? Any time of day you like, whether it's on a break at work, or if you're a mom when the kids are at school, or in between making a bed, or when you get home before you go to bed. You pick the time. You do this once a day. I'll show you. You use your nose, you breathe in for 4 seconds. Fill your lungs, deep breath, over 4 seconds. Now you hold your breath for 7. Just count it in your head, 7 seconds. Then you blow out for 8 seconds through your mouth with a little whooshy sound like. Now do it with me. In 4, hold 7, then out 8. Do you feel how it's calming you? The stress is going away. Vagal tone increasing. Cost you 0. By the way, every one of my micro tips for healthy lifestyle transformation, 0 cost. 0. Double 0. Okay, so you're going to do the breath work once a day, just one of those. Now, over time, make it 2. Then make it maybe 5 in a row. Maybe 2 times a day, 3 times a day. How hard is that? Let's do it one more time. In 4, hold 7, out 8. You can't help it. You feel calmer. So, in summary, take a 10-minute walk after lunch or dinner every day. If you miss a day, don't be mad at yourself. Just do it the next day, okay? 10-minute walk. Eat dinner as early as you can, and don't eat or snack at all. You can have liquids, no calorie liquids, for a minimum of 3 hours before you go to bed. Do not go to bed later than 11 p.m. Cross your heart, you cannot go to bed after 11, okay? Earlier, if you have to get up really early. The goal is to get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep. And then try, if you can, to cut off screens 15 minutes before you go to bed, okay? And during that 15 minutes, maybe read a book you've always wanted to read for just 15 minutes. That's a lot. I know that's a multi-microbite there, but it covers all manner of ills in terms of reducing screen time, reading the books you want to read, getting to bed on time, getting adequate sleep. Whoa, 2 thumbs up for that. Eat a salad every day. You can mix it up, put different stuff in, throw anything. There's nothing that doesn't go in a salad. Just eat a salad every day. I like a breakfast salad. Have you ever heard of breakfast salad? Well, now you have. You can have salad for breakfast. You can even make it ahead of time by having the ingredients ready, throw it in the bowl, open up your cut up lettuce of whatever type you like, and eat it, okay? Or lunch or dinner if you're not a breakfast kind of salad girl or boy. Okay, now what about stress? Do that little breath exercise I taught you once a day, and then grow it from there. Micro habits can become lifelong habits and grow into resolutions that really stick and that are life transformational. Here's to 2026 and sticking to your resolutions, but start with micro versions, ones that you can truly be successful with.